Hello, 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 everyone. We are live. It's your girls, my T, Callie, and Joy. We have missed you. We have been gone on hiatus for a couple of weeks for the summer, but we are back and ready to go. Right now, we are going to do Married to Medicine, a Heavenly Intervention. We're going to play our intro, and then we will get into it.
Good head and way, good sex, good chemistry, good life, I fall for these. Good nights and memories. Good. Make mama proud. Quiet while I'm working, so I mastermind and smoke 'em out. Big old house, big old mouth, big old bag, big old fountain, big ass check in my bank account. Now everybody good, like I said they would be. Everybody good.
Okay. Hey. So how are you ladies doing?
Fine.
Really good? All right, good. I missed y'all. I know y'all missed.
It seems a while. Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but we are back. I think we're ready. We shall see. So let's start off how we normally do. We're going to rate the episode 1 through 10, 10 being the best. Callie, you want to go to first? How would you rate it?
An 8.
An 8. Okay, good. What about you, Joy?
This was the best Married to Medicine episode I hadn't seen in years because it's just been a terrible show to me.
Right.
It just has not been interesting to me at all since Mariah left. And by far, this was the best episode. It was kind of like a retro. It kind of reminded me of Basketball Wives when OG kind of got Evelyn in check. It was kind of like you felt like finally somebody can put this situation in check, because we watch things and we like, how do they let them get away with that?
Mm-hmm.
How do they let Heavenly get away with that? Because periodically we would watch Heavenly.
Yeah.
On her, not a lot, and not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you just be like, how are they really friends? Or maybe they have some kind of agreement that they garnering up, emotions for the next. I just couldn't understand how they could have Heavenly in their circle when she behaves the way that she did. So it was refreshing to me to see her get got.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, it was kind of a situation that was long overdue. So it was kind of like when OG had got Evelyn in check, we were so happy.
Yeah,
like
that
it was
so
like
good.
Sick. Like it was like, you were cheering for them. So I was kind of cheering for those people to put her in check, because she always humiliates other people.
She's horrible. I haven't watched it since Mariah left. So this was my first show watching.
Change. You're right.
Because I knew we were going to go live about it. Because if we wouldn't do live about it, I probably wouldn't watch it. But I think Mariah won her settlement, so we may as well watch it now. She's getting paid for this.
She is?
Yeah, she's getting paid for all, and if they do any other franchises, she gets paid for it. So
that's why they asked
the DMB one. Yeah. Yeah.
They were supposed to have one for DMB or DC or whatever.
Yeah.
And they asked it because of that.
Oh, okay.
This was her show, her franchise. Mm-hmm. I just wish that she hadn't become, not that I wish I didn't meet her, because I
loved her. Yeah.
But I wish that she had not become a cast member, because a lot of times when you become a cast member, you kind of blur the lines of executive and cast. You just can't do both. And I don't care who you are. Shawnee O'Neal is a perfect, you just can't do both. And if you can't do it justly. Anyway, my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much. Other people can't always be honest with you, although they were with her pretty quick.
They were with Mariah.
they turned on her so quickly. It was almost
It
like,
was a little
dang.
sad. But
But I
some
do
people don't want
believe that
Mariah back. I would love her to come back.
I love Mariah, but I do
Yeah.
believe Mariah was flexing
Oh yeah.
her status a little during
Yeah, she
season
was.
one and some of two. And because of that, it left a very bad taste in the ladies' mouths.
And I
Well,
do believe
But
at least she had status to flex, unlike Marlo.
we're gonna talk about that in a little while.
Okay.
Let's stay on topic, ladies, but we're gonna talk about that because but anyway. Y'all. Okay. So let's get into the episode real quick. So I didn't really kind of watch it. I kind of went in and out in watching it. And a lot of people like they drop from Atlanta and don't stay on. I don't know why. They lose a big audience for some reason, but I think it'll get better.
that happens even when, I mean, if you look at even when they put Married to Medicine and or Housewives and put Andy Cohen in the last 30 minutes, it drops dramatically.
Dramatic.
That's why it was somebody that was kind of going backwards and forward too in one of the groups, and they were saying that they don't want to record Married to Medicine on their DVR because watch what happened live and get the points. I said they don't.
They won't. Don't.
They get so many points for however many minutes you're on. It's some kind of way that they not only do they know, they even know when you record it and don't watch it.
You don't,
within 48 hours. They know when you record it on your DVR and then watch it. That's the reason why ratings don't come out on Mondays anymore, because they count the DVR recorders within 48 hours.
Yeah. So, but Andy's dropped even more than Married to Medicine, because like Beverly Hills will have 1 million and he won't even have 300,000. So that's
right.
But anyway, so
did he used to?
I don't know.
What happens live?
I don't have no idea.
I didn't really pay attention up until very, very, recently when we started doing these shows, what his ratings were. I didn't even know the Atlanta ratings. I didn't know that. I used to hear that it was the highest rated, and then of course New Jersey, and then Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills has been pretty steady around 1 million an episode, but they weren't the highest rated. They only have been the last couple of years since Atlanta fell off. And so I can't be clear, Atlanta didn't fall off literally until Nene left. It fell under 1 million.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I really didn't watch Atlanta.
It fell under 1 million. Atlanta didn't have no under 1 million episodes prior to
Nene. Maybe. Well, I don't think Nene's coming back. So I don't remember how this episode started. How did the episode start? Do y'all remember? Only thing my first notes was Quad watched the video because they ambushed Heavenly. So I do kind of remember. So
that's not how this episode started, but none of that was
Dr. Jackie started it. I think it was her son has a girlfriend he's in love with, and that's kind of all I remember.
That it wasn't significant. It was filler. None of that stuff was even interesting. I don't even want to go there because it ain't worth talking about. Let's start at the party.
Oh my goodness.
And at the door.
Okay, I remember what happened at the door. So what do y'all think about Toya answering the door? Because I lived for that.
She was terrible. She should at least put her phone in there. At least pretended like her phone was in there.
Right.
She went to go pick up when she opened the door.
Ain't no phones in there and 4 people in the house. Like
Right.
Like I like it. You stuck to it. If you can't put your phone in there, you can leave. I
loved it.
And they all kept leaving.
That's what was bad.
They kept leaving, and I was here for it. I thought Toya was the perfect person to do that door.
Every time I see her, I think about old Mariah, old tacky Toya.
Oh, tacky Toya, tacky Toya.
I love Toya. Actually, of all of the women there, that's like cool, like I would hang out with, it would be Toya.
Toya crazy.
Like who I think could be a friend of mine, it's Toya.
Toya a mess. People don't like her, but I like Toya. I almost like everybody on this show.
And I don't dislike them.
Yeah.
I don't. The only person that I just don't like is Heavenly. I think Quiet is
Okay.
fake. I think
Yeah.
Quiet is fake, and I'm not crazy about Jackie.
Jackie's fake sometimes too.
It ain't no sometime. And
Oh, okay.
Jackie. So I mean,
You think
in
Jackie's
my
fake?
opinion, Jackie is fake
Yeah.
most of the time.
To
Oh,
who? What?
And
No,
and
what
I
do
think
you mean?
Jackie,
she
no.
gravitates toward Heavenly because Heavenly says and does things she would never do, but
Hmm.
it crosses her mind.
And because Heavenly puts Jackie on this pedestal of
Yep.
being so much better than everybody else, Jackie
Yeah.
loves that. She
Yes.
loves it. So that's why
Yes.
she puts up with Heavenly, because she want to be Heavenly's friend in real life. I don't care what nobody say.
And you
No.
remember when they got into it? That's the only reason they're friends is because Dr. Jackie checked her when they first met. When Dr. Jackie had to tell her, "You a dentist, you ain't no doctor." Remember
Mhm.
when? Remember her first season? Dr. Jackie went in, and so
I don't
eventually,
like that they keep doing
Dr.
that too.
I
Dr.
didn't like
Heavenly kind of couldn't win the arguments. Next thing you know, she fell in love with her because she couldn't defeat her. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and this Jackie, she tried to say she was too skinny, and then Jackie told her she was fat. It was just a mess. But anyway. So we at the door. Toya's kicking everybody. Well, she not kicking them out, but they ain't putting their phone in. She ain't begging them to stay. I live for that. But then everybody will run and get them. So I'm like, why do they keep letting Toya do this? But it's great. So then they all sit down. Heavenly was last. So for her to get there last, they had to be an order or time where they tell people to come. Because even Quad beat them down. You know, she always late.
Yeah.
So they find out Toya and
Think about
Contessa are in on it, right? Nobody else really knows what's going on. That
that.
there's
Right.
going to be an intervention. Now, what do you think this was the right thing to do?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I agree. One of the things that Toya said that I agree 100% with was her videos are ambush.
Mm.
Because when
Yeah.
she says
Right.
things, I absolutely believe people screenshot videos and send it to them. I
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
believe that because
absolutely.
they're not watching necessarily her show,
Mm-mm.
but and people send it to her and then they have to answer it. They're
Yes, and I
kind of
just had
forced to
oral surgery. I'm
answer
a
it.
little swollen. I just went through it, honey. But anyway, yeah, I agree. Heavenly Show is toxic. And I remember Mariah used to do a little show afterwards, and they were pissed at her. And she didn't even do what
Sure
Heavenly's doing.
was.
She
And
didn't
she
do
didn't even
any of it.
I
she
loved
would
it when her mama was
explain
next
the
to her.
situations. She would
Yeah.
explain. And Toy, one of the things that I liked about Mariah is she ever, regardless of if she was on your team, you hated her or not, one of the things she absolutely didn't want to do was she said she did not want to see people's marriages fall apart.
Fall
And
apart.
that
Right.
bothered her.
Who
That
said that?
really bothered her.
Mariah. She didn't want. But
Oh.
but it's crazy because they were pissed at Mariah for doing it. But it seems like the only people who really got mad at Heavenly was Contessa when it affected her marriage. Like it was fine before then, because Heavenly's been doing this for how long? 2 years at least. Because when COVID happened, she really got big.
Long,
She
too
was
long.
doing, yeah.
Was she
I don't
doing it
know if she was
before
doing it
COVID?
before.
But I know.
I'm thinking she was because I know Heavenly kind of had stepped out of the box. She was watching Love and Marriage Huntsville,
Uh-huh.
but she was doing those interviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
So Heavenly
She
had
was a
kind of been
thirsty
doing
fan.
this. Huh?
She was a thirsty fan.
She
Yeah,
was. I mean,
because
she even watched some
her,
of the white shows because she was like, if we got
yeah,
drunk like that, they would kick us off. Like she was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So Mariah mom was a I don't know. I love Mariah, so
Yeah,
I'm like,
Mariah's mother would say some
Yeah.
things, but Mariah would check her mom, say, "My mom, I don't agree with that. That's not true." And her mom would say certain things, and she would say, but you have to realize that her mother was saying things because Heavenly kept saying your mama, all that
your mama. I
silly
hate
shit.
that.
Her mother had been a topic and on episode when her mother wasn't even on the show. Like Mariah's mother wasn't on the show, like
Well,
we would
wow,
see, like,
yeah.
and she
She had a
wasn't for
heavy
the most.
presence that first season, though.
But after that, she really didn't. And Heavenly still kept saying, your mama, your mama, your mama.
Heavenly wasn't even on this season.
She was at the party when they
Heavenly
get
wasn't
fighting. That was
on first season.
it.
No, but
No,
she was still at one of the, like she was at the
she was
party
at that party they
when
got
they had the
fighting.
fight. She was there.
Yeah. She was there.
Running her little
I ain't
They
saying
didn't,
she wasn't. I'm just
but
saying
she
she
wasn't a
was.
She
cast
wasn't a
member.
castmate, but
She wasn't even a friend.
And we only know that because we went back and watched it.
I
If you went
remember it
back
at
and
the
watched,
time because she looked thirsty. She was always trying to stay with Mariah or Toya or somebody in
She
that
was
bunch.
trying to stand the camera.
She was really, yeah. I remember
you
her
talking
because
about
I kept
Heavenly?
thinking,
Yeah.
is
You
that
can
who
see
you
her
said?
and Damon. They didn't
Yeah.
talk though, but they were in the
No,
camera.
they
I
didn't
don't
talk,
even
but
remember. I'm
she
just
stuck
saying.
out to me because I kept thinking, who
Yeah,
is this
stick out to
lady?
me.
I felt like she was stalking them.
She was. So
Well,
I,
allegedly,
okay, go ahead.
Mariah told Heavenly that she would get her on the show if she lose some weight.
Well, that was production. She said, listen, they don't like you the way you look now. So you're going to have to do these things. Heavenly took it personally, but it wasn't Mariah saying no. It was the other people who didn't feel like she fit in as a cast person because of the way she looked.
And that's why she stood out. That's another reason. She just wouldn't leave that camera, but it's like something's off.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
So she went through the weight loss surgery and all that stuff, and now she's on here. So I don't remember what else she said about people. I know that she said Toya was lazy.
Quad slept with married men.
Quad slept with married men. Quad
And
got
then
fillers.
it was interesting that Quad hadn't even seen it.
Do you think they really didn't see it, or were they actually shocked? Because they all seem very shocked.
I mean, I hadn't seen it.
Okay, I
hadn't seen any of it. I remember a little bit about Contessa only because that if y'all remember how last season ended, it was so boring. And then like the last like 2 episodes, the whole Contessa thing started happening. I was like, whoa, why didn't they expand on
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I watched the reunion though, and the reunion was hard.
It was a complete waste of time.
Yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
The last two episodes was really weird. Now, I will say this about Contessa. When we talk about who's fake and phony, I don't think I've ever seen a character on reality TV that has been more fake than Contessa.
Exactly.
She acts like she's chasing something. And it's so weird because if you look at her storyline on its face, her first season on the show, she was this overly concerned mom. She wasn't spending enough time with her kids. We got these two doctors. Somebody got to step back. Her husband's feeling some type of way because they had just bought this big house, and so she takes a step back. Second season, she comes back. Now that didn't work.
In Nashville,
for a couple of months. She had to go halftime. Now I think I want to be Attorney General of the United States.
Yes, honey. Go to Harry Medical College.
She just don't go to college. She goes to college in another state.
In Tennessee.
So, the mama that was concerned about not spending enough time with her children have now decided to leave her family in Georgia and go to Nashville
to go to Tennessee
to go to school. It's the craziest crap
ever.
Georgia
has good hospitals. I don't care what anybody say, or schools. Georgia has good schools. They have to have a good school.
And when that was one of the things that she was mad at Mariah about. When Mariah was like, "Why would you go to? Is it Emory?
There's probably tons of them.
So and so." She said, "I wanted to go to the best." She was like, "It's not," and that's to me was a purely selfish situation.
Yes,
because once you decide to have children, it's not that you never consider yourself. You just have to consider yourself second. I want to go to college in Florida on the beach. But maybe I can't do that. But I can go to St. Louis U over here around the corner.
Especially if your first season you wanted to be at home. It don't match up.
Exactly. That's what it seemed like. And now, okay, we're going to try to do this clinic. It seems like she's chasing something. This year, she's training for a marathon. It is something about her.
I can't believe she's still on.
So inauthentic.
And you know who she's friends with? Can I tell y'all who she's friends with?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Do you know on Huntsville?
Mm-mm.
Who?
Destiny.
Oh, Letitia.
Destiny. And she's friends with Destiny more than Letitia. Contessa
It's
is.
just real. It's just really strange because I remember her husband asking her that on the balcony. He said, "Are you chasing something?" That was that was as sincere of a question I think I ever heard.
So what did she
Him
say
say,
about Contessa's marriage? That what she's in an abusive relationship? What did she
"Yeah,"
say?
Mm-hmm.
she said, physically and emotionally.
Okay,
That ain't good for
And
her to
if
say.
it
that's
didn't.
hard
I
though.
thought it was all for
Yeah.
fake because we can watch an episode on TV and they fighting, and I'm telling you, 2 days prior, because I'm friends with her husband on Facebook. He posts.
Mm-hmm.
They could have
Mm-hmm.
been at a party together, hugged up, holding hands, matching. Um,
Matching outfits.
they
She,
look online on Facebook, they the happiest couple ever. On TV, they can't stand each other. It's
That's
the
just
weirdest thing.
crazy.
It just didn't match.
Yeah.
one thing that I've been wondering about, when Contessa first came on the show, and they had their nanny, that singer's mom. What's his name?
We
Neo's
Dontel
mom.
Jones. Dontel Jones.
Dontel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay,
Donnell Jones.
remember she was their nanny, but then she quit
Yeah.
in first
Miss
season,
Renee. Miss
and
Renee quit.
then Miss Gomez quitting, and what's her name, Antilla's lady,
Anila or whatever, honey. Anila was
Attila,
like trying to make that
Attila
lady
and the Bee.
stay.
Yeah, so this is her second season, but we didn't see her live. I wonder if these nannies quit because they don't want to be seen on TV as much as they might be working for these so-called rich and famous people. Y'all ever
They
thought
have
about
to
that?
have permission though. You
Yeah.
have to give permission
Yeah.
to show yourself. So no, they have
So
an
somebody
option.
said she didn't say physical. She said emotionally
They
and
have an
mentally.
option, you
So
say?
we're gonna fix that. Emotionally and mentally
Okay.
Okay.
abusive. Yeah, okay. So Quiet got Phyllis, and then Heavenly was laughing the whole time. I think did she say anything about Jackie before we move on?
No, she
She
ain't gonna
did
say
say
something about
something, but
Jackie.
it was different. It
Okay.
was like
Nothing
Curtis
bad.
did her dirty. It was
Okay.
in defense of her. It
And what
wasn't
about Simone?
negative.
She said anything about Simone? See, I don't remember.
I can't
I don't
remember what
remember
she said
Seemed
about
like
Simone.
her.
everybody was hurt though by something, except Jackie seemed
Mhm.
like it was okay. So
Yeah.
Toya, so some people said Toya is lazy. Is Toya lazy to y'all?
No.
I don't think so.
She's a
I
housewife, right?
mean, it was housewife, yeah.
She
If
just
you
seems
She
really
run. I mean,
unhappy.
and I think the reality is, Toya
Simone's teeth.
doesn't fake for TV. I don't think. Like the average
Tell me to talk
woman,
about
you
her
would
teeth.
think that if you were a housewife and your husband was, you know, that caliber of a guy. I hate to get all Kevin Samuels,
Oh,
a high
okay.
quality guy.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
No, right?
she would have been waking up before him to make him coffee. He wouldn't have to make his own. She
Oh,
would
she
be
don't do
kind
that.
of what we saw with Mariah. If you
Mm-hmm.
remember
Oh, yes.
Mariah always kind of made his life, it appears, make his life
Easier. But I think she
comfortable.
liked doing it though. Like that was something she liked to do. She liked
Was
Yeah.
to get
that?
up and do
I wonder if
breakfast.
she was doing that before he cheated or just after.
Probably so.
I don't know.
So she talked about
Mhm.
Jackie taking Curtis back, and she talked about Simone was mad because her husband didn't work.
Yeah.
So I think Heavenly
Yeah.
Mind, she takes the pain of her friends and says it the wrong way.
Don't he do real estate?
He does the real estate, and I think he sells houses.
Okay.
So Toya's sorry as hell because she could use her platform to make money to help her husband to quit working double
But she
overtime.
does though. Y'all act like she doing Married to Medicine for fun. That's a
She's
paycheck.
making money, yeah.
I mean,
what was the comment on that?
I mean, at Toya's point, even on the low end, Toya's probably bringing home $500,000 a
Yeah.
year. That's on the low end.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all act like Toya is, I mean, she's getting like $30,000-$40,000 an episode. That
But
girl ain't.
But Joy, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. But how much is she spending? Is she
We have no idea.
Is she
We
over?
have no idea.
I don't know.
They have no idea. Like y'all, people are counting. Everybody act like this girl sitting at home eating bonbons and not on TV. She gets paid
She
to
kind of
do
looked
a
like she's eating
show.
bonbons, though.
And she wrote a book. I don't know how good the book is. I don't know
But
how
I'm
great
just
it
saying,
sold.
but
She did
she's
write a book.
doing, and her children are young. I actually, if you could be in a situation where you could be yourself, show up at a couple events and film for 3 months, 3 or 4 months max, even if
And
it's
some of them you go
5.
on the trip.
And you can make $500,000
Mhm.
in 5 months and do a
I
couple of
do it.
promos. You ain't even got to leave your house no more to do
Mhm.
promos. She probably
Right.
doing them in her basement.
What does
Mhm.
that mean, though?
With-
What
so
point are we
I
getting
mean,
from that?
So I guess she
huh?
said she's making $500,000 or more. So she is
Hmm.
contributing to the income. Is that your
Yeah, I
point?
mean, it ain't like
Yeah.
y'all
Okay.
act like she's doing this for free,
So
for
it
What do
sounds
you
like
fun.
she's
What do you
spending
mean?
more than what she's making.
Why do you say we're acting like she? What
But
happened?
we don't know that. Y'all, well, I don't even,
But I
Toya don't even dress designer.
but
She
I think
don't
she thinks she does.
wear, huh?
Yes, she
I think
thank
she
you.
thinks she does.
But she don't. Toya, everybody else be dressed up, and Toya look like she just ran
But I
into
think she
TJ
spends a lot
Maxx.
of money on those clothes, though,
Yes,
Joy. Even
yes.
though they look like she
I
got
don't,
them from Ross,
Now that
I
is
think that's why
hilarious to
Mariah
Toya
me.
called
don't
her
even
Tacky
dress
Toya.
like that. You,
Because she
I ain't
spent
never
all
even
that money to
seen
look
she
tacky.
no, the only thing I see Toya spending money on is her houses. I ain't never even known Toya to rock a certain bag. I don't even know what car
Right.
she drive.
But yeah,
They
but Monty, I think
Toya,
you said it best. Trust me. I bet if we looked at some of her price
She's
tags, she
spending money
thinks
on
she's
those
spending
tacky
money on
clothes.
some of the best
I ain't
stuff.
saying that she really does go to TJ Maxx. I mean, she should. If you making a half
She
million
should.
dollars a year, absolutely. I ain't shopping at Walmart either. But
But
I
she
don't
looks like
see.
she does, is the point.
But my
Thank you.
point, but she also don't look like. I ain't never even seen Toya in a Fendi shawl or
She's not, yeah, she's not a label like Dorit. She's
she's
not a
not a
Dorit.
label person.
Yeah,
So
she's an
she
indie
wears
person.
nice clothes. So she go to work. She actually works.
Y'all ain't
If
right.
I brought home a
She
half
has
million
an
dollars
Aston
a
Martin.
year,
Okay, but yeah, but she ain't working. She's making a paycheck, that's for sure. But I don't know about work.
Okay, so but do
I'd
y'all
like that
think
kind of
I'm
job.
just I'm playing devil's advocate. I have no dog in this fight. Do y'all think that Eugene is just working hard for no reason, or do they really need the money, or is he working hard? I mean, because it seems like he's always at work and
I don't
tired.
think that you really can decide at the peak of your career
Mm.
to make I mean, he kind of admitted that he kind of was downgraded in his job. He used to be a director and he didn't want to mess with his money, so he's working more. Toy was just like, you don't have to do that. If y'all remember that,
So yeah, I
did
heard
y'all
her
hear
say
that?
that. She didn't
Yeah.
mean that.
Yeah,
She
she
didn't.
was like, you don't have to do that. He said, well, he didn't want his money to change. Some of this is self-imposed on Eugene. And
Okay.
all I can remember is that first or second season, Toy was trying to go back to work and do. He didn't want her to.
He don't want her to go back to work, and I understand that.
So I mean, I
He
just
wants
don't
a
understand
housewife.
why that's a
Nothing,
problem for people. It's so weird to me.
nothing's
They
wrong
act
with
like
that.
she's
Oh, the
bringing,
picnic
even
basket
if Toy
for
was just bringing
$400.
in $200,000 or $300,000 a year. That's a lot of money for your
What?
husband, who's also a doctor that might be making $400,000 a
Right.
year.
They probably making
That's
the
a lot
same
of
shit.
money.
Can,
That's her almost sitting on her tail and um
back
and
taxes,
ordering
pension.
off the
Her husband need
internet
to
all
move
day.
back to the
She
rental.
got a source of income.
And I don't understand all this rental stuff. You paying somebody else to rent out their mansion when you can afford. You left another mansion to go give somebody else monthly payments on their
Now that
mansion.
I
I
don't
don't get that.
understand.
Twice
Now
I
I
now.
can
don't either.
understand renting if she went to a different area and
But
then
all
was
she's doing
building
is
a
going
house.
down
But
the
she's
block.
down the street.
Okay, so
Make
I
no
was
sense.
under the I think it really don't make any sense because I was under the impression that one of the reasons why Toya wanted to move and leave was because she didn't like the school district. That
Right.
she originally put her children in a school district that wasn't diverse. There was some issues. So now they ended up sending their children to private school. So I thought when she was moving, she was just like, I don't want to live in a house where I can't even send my children to the school around the corner because I don't blame
Right.
you.
No.
Because I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
Even if my whole thing, it should at least be a choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You
So,
have a good
I,
school if you live in this neighborhood. I'm sorry.
right.
Yeah.
So, if for her to just move and move down the street to pay
That,
somebody
that,
else
that
rent
got
was
me.
insane to me.
That was insane.
And she didn't make the money that she thought she was going to make. They did make some, by the way, because I can't remember the numbers, but her house may have been like 1.8 or something, and she
That's
probably
what he
got like
was saying.
two,
Yeah.
3. I can't remember how much it was, but she was
So
originally trying to sell it
people
for
were
and get $1
saying that
million
she was trying to
profit.
compete with Anila because her house was better. I don't know. Hi, E Black.
Anila's house doesn't. I mean, both of their houses are nice. I didn't see one being better than the other one, but I think was it Heavenly that mentioned the square foot difference? Did y'all remember that last season?
I don't know. I didn't watch last season because y'all know Mariah wasn't getting her due justice, so I was an advocate. Okay.
And then did
Oh,
you remember
Toya
when
sold it for
Heavenly said when
You know how much
Heavenly
she sold it
said
for? I thought she got
She
$1 million.
sold it. They said they made an $800,000 profit. I mean, I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
she
I
didn't
would
make
have
a
at
million.
least considered it. They
But
got
how
an
much did
eight
they pay
hundred
in rent
and
thousand
though?
dollar
she
profit.
about to give the $800,000 to a rental property.
That's what I'm saying. That's expensive.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, let's get back to the Heavenly thing. So they talk to Heavenly. She's laughing the whole time. She doesn't think she's done anything wrong. How would you react? Do you think Contessa overreacted, or did she do what you thought she should have done?
I mean, what she did was fine, but I don't think she overreacted or under. All she did was show the facts of what had come out of Heavenly's mouth. Heavenly was the one that took it too far. The minute she said, "So you think you needed to show that to everybody up in here, all 6
Ooh,
of them, when you put the whole thing on YouTube?" And
I
so
thought that was crazy.
Pointessa came right back at her with what the only point that needed to be made. She didn't have anything to say about that other than, but you could have just come talk to me. You could have went to talk to her too.
YouTube, and she said YouTube is for everybody. I'm just showing it to 6 people. YouTube is for everybody. You've already went public with this. Why can't I do this here?
Exactly.
But somebody was like they already knew what was said. So do you think they watched it or not? I don't know. Do you think they knew?
What do you mean?
Well, E Black, come talk to us, honey. You can come on if you want to talk. I'll send you our team. So some people feel like Contessa's dramatic.
Yeah.
She's being dramatic.
She
Oh,
is.
she's definitely dramatic, but
She's dramatic.
She
She
fake
can't with
as
them.
hell.
Whenever
She
she
fake
tries
as
to cry,
a
my marriage is
$6
not
bill.
funny. I mean, how does she keep staying on here?
I don't know.
There's this picture
I've
of
been
her
saying the same.
looking like Sierra. I'm like, y'all in the filters. Let me go pull me some new ones. Did y'all see the picture of her looking like Sierra? I'm like, where's
I
Rose?
think Contessa's a very pretty woman. She's beautiful. I mean,
she is, but in her filters are beautifuler.
Not filters. I mean, I think it's a nice looking cast. I ain't saying nothing about the girl looks. She looks great. She has a beautiful family. My issue with her, she just doesn't seem genuine. Like nothing seems genuine coming from her.
Like whenever at the reunion last season, and she said, "Quad can tell you how I feel." Girl, if you don't shut up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to ask this, and I know we're kind of going out, but a lot of people are mad that Quad is on the show because she's not married. And do you all feel that way?
I like her. I like her being on there, but I don't know that I would miss her if she wasn't on there. But I do want them to do to her what they did to Sheree. Where's Candy Burris at? How you paying for all that stuff? I want to know.
So they need Quad.
Who? Toya?
No, Quad's man.
They need Quad.
I think Quad may bring the drama.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I like her.
I think Quad may bring some drama, but she I don't know. I don't know why she there.
She too. Yeah.
So we're gonna be on here for a few more minutes, and then we're gonna do Atlanta at 6:30. So we got about 6 more minutes. Is there anything you all want to talk about that happened on the show that we didn't cover?
Wait a minute. What did Quad say? What did Quad say? She said, "I don't use filters, and I'm the
She
prettiest in the
said,
room,
I'm the youngest and the
and the
prettiest.
prettiest." And Anila
Who
said, "I
said
use
that?
filters." Quad.
Quad. When
I
Ebony
can't stand
said
her
that
either.
Quad messed with married
Hey,
men,
hardly none of them likable. I do like Simone. Simone
I like
seems
Simone.
normal.
But
I bet she's
And
the meanest one in the
it's like
group.
Simone,
Oh God, yeah.
Simone,
Yes.
she the
Don't piss her
loudest
off.
one.
Yeah, you can't piss her off. Quad will
I
come
didn't
for
think
you.
the
Not
doggy
Quad, but
line worked. Did the
Quad.
doggy line work? I didn't
We
think the doggy.
we saw that for about 15
I
minutes.
don't think she still has the doggy line, Mama.
Cooking book. I got one. I'm gonna go ahead and sell y'all today. That's not gonna make me rich. Her money from that show, the talk show,
Oh,
canceled after
she has
2
money to get
episodes.
that house. I mean, how did she buy the house? Like Sheree,
Yeah,
how did she buy it?
I mean, if she
exactly.
was smart, she'd been saving. She was staying in a townhouse. It was like in a regular neighborhood. It probably wasn't
Mm-hmm.
as much as you think it was.
And I thought that townhouse
Or
was
we
really
think
I
it
love
cute.
the
was.
house.
I know that the whole time she was in doing that talk show, I hope she's been saving her money.
I think
Again,
she
if
probably
Toya's getting $300,000-$400,000, I imagine Quad is too.
And
Like
she's not on the
you
show
can
as
make
much.
Who
who,
Quad? She was a friend, but
Yeah,
I don't
she's a
know.
friend
I
of
don't know
mine.
how much friends make.
but you
The
see, yeah, I
divorce
don't know.
settlement. What did they say about that divorce? It
Who
seemed
did
like both
Mariah
of them.
beat up? I
It
think
seemed
Toya
like
and
the
her fault.
husband
I
walked
think
away
it was
with a sleep
even.
number. Yeah, the husband walked away with the sleep no, without his sleep number, and I don't think there was a whole lot of
Girl, he was
anybody.
mad about.
He was
I
mad.
did think that was funny that
That was
Jackie and
very
them
funny.
got that
Yes, honey.
Simone and them got a sleep number. He said, when a man walk away from his wife and his most concern, his
You
biggest
know something
concern is
wrong.
the fact that his wife took his sleep number. I know it. It's I actually about 13 years ago went to Sleep Number to get it, and they were very rude to me, and I
Oh,
didn't get
Really?
one because of that. The cheapest bed was $1,000,
mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
and I was
Was
trying.
this a
I
sleep
was
number
willing to
store?
pay. Yeah, it's a sleep number. So it used to be in the mall, and I went to the
Oh.
mall. I had prepared myself to buy a sleep number,
Mm-hmm.
and I walked in. I don't think they thought I was serious, and it was crazy. I had cash.
You was ready.
I was ready.
I
I
was
had
ready.
set in my head to spend about $3,000
Right.
on the bed, anywhere from 3 to 4, because I
Uh-huh.
wanted a good bed.
Yeah.
And they were very nice to me. And I was asking
Really?
questions. They were kind of dismissive. And I remember thinking, I can deal with a $800 mattress. Let me
Right.
get
We'll
out
just
here.
go do that.
And I
So
left.
you felt like they just didn't take you seriously.
They probably
Well,
was racist.
I don't think that it was just that it seemed very dismissive.
Right.
I don't know if maybe they thought I was wasting their time.
Yeah,
That's what it
that's
felt
They
so
like.
didn't think you were
crazy.
going to spend any money.
Yeah.
I have
Because
an adjustable
it was
bed, and I
crazy
love
because
those.
that particular day,
You
I was
had
ready.
money.
I had set in my mind because I had been looking at mattresses, and we had a fire in our house, so we had to replace everything. And I was tired of shopping for furniture.
Okay.
And this particular day, I was ready to write a check.
And they
I was
didn't even
like,
want
"Show
your
me the
check.
sleep number."
Y'all
You know.
should get an adjustable base. And you can do the
And they
thing.
didn't even act right. Ain't that a mess?
That's what I have, and I love it. I do want to say one thing about would you get an O shot and would you want your man to get a P shot?
I missed the shot conversation. What happened?
So Jackie now has O shots for orgasms for women.
Oh,
And then the
Okay,
P
so
shot,
what does the shot do to your orgasm? What?
it takes blood from somewhere and puts it in
Uh-huh.
your nerves, and it makes you have multiple orgasms
At
The
that
P-
time or for the next month?
for a while.
Oh.
And then the P shot lengthens and strengthens the penis.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, well.
That was one question.
Well-
Would you do it? Would you want that?
I don't need the old.
I don't
shot.
want
I'm
the
good.
lengthen and strengthen part. No, that's fine with me. I don't need the P shot for
Yeah,
my.
I don't need either one of them.
I don't need the O shot either. But would you
I'm
do
good.
it? Like if you needed it, would you do
I
it?
don't need it.
What is
That's
that?
the problem.
Yeah, I don't need it, but I'm just trying to think if I did and they had that.
But if you had
Yeah.
problems,
Well, I
then
knew
you
that they had that because
I didn't.
Come on.
What's the girl from the
If it,
Parkers
right, but
that played Monique's
Carla,
daughter?
look, we see each other. Okay, yes, I
What's her
agree.
name?
Countess Vaughn.
Yeah, Countess Vine
Okay.
had that surgery when she was on
Right.
Divas. And I can remember her sitting on the thing. It was so funny. Bouncing. She was sitting down. She was like, ooh.
Those
Thank
are
you,
funny.
Carla. I mean, I feel like if I had a problem with it, I might,
Yeah.
I mean,
because I would
some
want
people
to at
do
least
have a hard
experience it.
time. So I
Because
guess
some people never have
I
had
had
one
it.
before. So
Yeah, so I can see
I could
if
see
it's
somebody
somebody
paying for that.
who, oh yeah, if it's somebody who's not into oral sex and they just like the
Yeah.
regular old missionary stuff and they ain't always letting it out or whether they're not, then yeah,
I ain't
they
used to
should
have
they
this
should
Why do we
be
conversation. I
get
ain't
up?
used to have it.
You know, with all our conversations end this way. And what do y'all
yeah.
think about a
I'll
little?
just say this. I'll just say this for women that's having problems,
Yes,
inbox
we
me,
do.
boo. I got a whole bunch of books
Oh,
that I
Not the
can
boys.
guarantee you
Yeah.
that you'll be like, whoa, you be called, whoa.
I just want
Right.
to know
So
what these
look,
books
what
are.
you said and then what I said a
Because
couple weeks
one
ago,
of
I
the
can tell
things,
y'all how to get into it.
yeah,
I can tell you
it's
how to do it.
fact. It's fact that a woman does not have to be
Right.
touched in any
Oh, you
way
don't, honey. You
to
don't.
get
Oh,
to.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
fact.
whew.
Can we
mm-hmm.
move on to the next subject?
I'm ready to go to the next topic, honey. Because I'm okay. Let's do. All right.
Because
So anyway,
I
Girl.
don't even want to have that. You know,
we just need a story. Oh, we need to do a show. Because yes,
I,
mental. That's why I was telling
I,
somebody, sex intimacy does not
Yeah.
always mean sex. It
Oh
just
yeah,
does
yeah, yeah.
not. But we
One
gonna
thing,
move on.
okay, we're gonna move on. I promise I'm not gonna. I just don't understand how that little squirting stuff gets done. I don't know, but we can stop.
Now I
Right
don't
there.
want to
How do
squirt.
they do that? But
I
okay,
don't want because I feel like I'm
right.
peeing, so I don't want to do that. I don't
Yeah,
want to.
because it's like, but then
I
they
I
be
think
like,
mean,
it's
it comes
fake.
out of your urethra, because so it
Yeah, so
is.
I
Pee.
don't
It's
want to.
mostly pee.
I
It's
used to
mostly
think
pee.
it was just a water balloon put up in there
No,
that they
on the
deliberately.
porns, it's a water balloon. Now, on the porns,
I always
yeah.
tell people, people be like, listen, and
What
it's
are we
so
talking
funny. Wait a minute. People be like,
It's Carla's fault.
it ain't pee. That ain't mostly pee.
It's
It's
pee.
such,
It's
such,
pee.
such, such. I be like, boo, if
It's
anything
pee.
else
It's
come out
not
your urethra, you need to go to the
I'm just
hospital.
there.
911.
I'm misbehaving. Yes. And that's why I don't care to do that. I can do other stuff. Okay, but we have
But
to do
I could,
Atlanta.
yeah.
So we gonna just have a conversation show about the O spot, okay, and the G spot and the P shot, okay, but not today. So we're gonna get off of here with squirts and have to clean it up. I ain't doing all that. Okay,
Right on the nice little sheets.
okay.
The
So
fresh
we're gonna
Portia
get off of
pampered by
here.
Porsches. I mean,
Follow us. Oh, not on the Pampers by Portia. Follow us on all of our social
or a
media. We're
pamper,
off
but
of here, and we are going to do Atlanta. So we're gonna get off. Stay with.
All right.
Come right back as soon as you see us go live again, people. Y'all ready to peace out?
All right.
Peace. Be right back. Okay.
noodles.